For decades, global energy was ruled by giants like Saudi Arabia, the US, and Russia, nations whose oil reserves shaped economies, alliances, and conflicts. The world's power structure was built on barrels of oil, with energy titans dictating the flow of influence. But now, the ground is shifting. In a move no one saw coming, the Philippines, a nation long dependent on energy imports, has discovered colossal oil reserves in its maritime territories. Early estimates suggest these reserves not only surpass the Philippines' previous capacity, but even eclipse Russia's proven reserves. This is a game changer, redrawing the global energy map overnight. The idea of the Philippines as an energy superpower upends decades of assumptions about resource distribution and global power. Suddenly, a Southeast Asian archipelago stands poised to wield influence once reserved for a select few. The world must now adapt to a new reality. Energy and power could soon flow from an unexpected corner. As of August 9, 2025, we're witnessing the dawn of a new era in global energy. The only certainty? The world as we knew it has changed forever. The Philippines was once a minor player, heavily reliant on imported fossil fuels and vulnerable to global price swings. Domestic production barely scratched the surface of national demand, leaving the country at the mercy of international markets. Despite years of exploration, major discoveries remained elusive. Until now. The recent oil find marks a dramatic reversal, from net importer to potential energy titan. This underdog story is rewriting the nation's economic identity and global standing. National pride is surging as the dream of energy self-sufficiency becomes reality. But with opportunity comes challenge. Managing vast new wealth demands careful planning and robust governance. The Philippines stands at a pivotal moment, with prosperity within reach, if it can navigate the risks ahead. The journey from discovery to lasting prosperity is just beginning. The world is watching to see if the Philippines can seize this historic chance. The heart of this discovery is the Philippine Rise, a vast undersea plateau east of Luzon, recognized by the UN as part of the country's continental shelf. Once known for its marine biodiversity, the Rise now reveals a super basin of interconnected petroleum reserves. Advanced exploration, led by the Department of Energy and global partners, uncovered massive layers of high-quality light crude oil. Initial test drills confirmed reserves beyond the wildest projections, launching the Philippines into a new era. Significant finds also emerged in the West Philippine Sea, forming a golden triangle of petroleum resources. Together, these discoveries position the Philippines as a future hub for Asia-Pacific oil and gas. Verified reserves stand at 175 billion barrels, catapulting the nation into the top ranks globally. Probable and possible reserves could push the total over 300 billion barrels. In a single leap, the Philippines has gone from negligible reserves to one of the world's largest hydrocarbon endowments. The global energy landscape is being dramatically reshaped. The world's eyes are now fixed on the Philippine Rise. Russia's power has long rested on its vast oil and gas reserves, making it a global energy heavyweight. Its state giants like Rosneft and Gazprom have shaped markets and geopolitics, especially in Europe and Asia. With 80 billion barrels of proven reserves and production topping 10 million barrels per day, Russia has wielded immense leverage. Energy has been Moscow's key foreign policy tool, rewarding allies and pressuring adversaries. But now, Russia faces an unprecedented challenge. The Philippines' reserves more than double its own. The global market is about to get far more competitive, and Russia's dominance is no longer assured. Nations once reliant on Russian energy will soon have a powerful new alternative. The era of unchallenged Russian energy supremacy is ending. The numbers tell the story. Russia's proven oil reserves stand at 80 billion barrels. The Philippines now boasts 175 billion. That's more than double, an extraordinary shift in the global hierarchy. Russia's oil fields are aging, with new finds costly and difficult to develop. The Philippines, by contrast, is just beginning, with vast untapped potential. Probable and possible reserves could push the total to rival even Saudi Arabia. Russia currently produces over 10 million barrels per day. The Philippines plans to ramp up from 0 to 1 million barrels daily within 3 years, aiming for 5 million in a decade, and potentially 12 million at peak. If achieved, the Philippines would surpass Russia's current output. This is a historic transfer of resource power from an established giant to a rising newcomer. The global oil market's center of gravity is shifting. Russia's top-tier status is under direct threat. The supply-demand equation is being rewritten before our eyes. The numbers don't lie. A new energy superpower is emerging. Oil wealth could double the Philippines' GDP within a decade, promising to lift millions out of poverty and fund transformative infrastructure. The government plans a sovereign wealth fund to invest in education, healthcare, and technology, aiming for long-term prosperity. The oil boom will attract global investment, create high-skilled jobs, and turn cities like Manila into economic powerhouses. But sudden wealth brings risks. The Dutch disease could undermine other industries, and over-reliance on oil is a real danger. Prudent management and economic diversification are essential. Corruption and mismanagement have plagued other resource-rich nations. The Philippines must build transparent, accountable institutions. The world is watching. Can the Philippines turn black gold into a golden age? The stakes couldn't be higher. The Philippines' rise as an energy superpower will realign global alliances. The U.S. will deepen its partnership, eager for a stable energy source outside the Middle East and Russia. Expect increased military, economic, and diplomatic ties. For Russia, this is a blow. Its energy leverage in Europe and Asia will shrink as nations diversify toward the Philippines. Asian giants like China, Japan, and South Korea will look to Manila for energy, shifting regional dynamics. China faces a dilemma. A new oil source is welcome, but a stronger U.S.-aligned Philippines complicates maritime disputes. The region could see either new cooperation or heightened tensions. Old alliances will be re-evaluated. New partnerships will form around Philippine oil. The Philippines is no longer just a strategic location. It's a strategic powerhouse. The global balance of power is being recalibrated. The environmental stakes are enormous. The Philippine rise is a biodiversity hotspot, and large-scale oil development risks devastating spills and ecosystem damage. At a time when the world is fighting climate change, unleashing a new oil giant poses a global dilemma. The government pledges strict environmental standards and green technologies, but critics warn the risks remain. The Philippines faces a paradox. Prosperity from oil could worsen the climate threats it already faces. The world must ask, can we afford another massive fossil fuel boom? The choices made now will echo for generations. The Philippines' oil discovery is a world-altering event, dethroning Russia and reshaping the global energy order. We've seen the nation's leap from importer to potential titan, and the numbers reveal a seismic shift. The promise of prosperity is real, but so are the risks of corruption, economic imbalance, and environmental harm. Geopolitically, alliances will shift and rivalries intensify as the world adapts to a new energy landscape. The climate challenge looms large, forcing a choice between development and responsibility. The Philippines stands at a crossroads, with the power to shape its destiny and the world's. The journey is just beginning, and the outcome is uncertain. Will this new wealth fuel sustainable prosperity or repeat the old cycles of conflict and degradation? The world is watching.